Saida,
I'm going to speak in English. That's okay with you, Ron. In Nederland? No, I don't think so. Maybe they are so. But first of all, I will practice with translators because they do a good job for them. My name is Saida DERAZZI. I'm the president of the community training march based in Amsterdam, which is an anti-racism platform and active in Amsterdam, but also working globally. We have participated in different kinds of networks, and I'm very pleased and happy to come to still be invited to your seminar over here in Paris. And I'm very delighted to be over here. So to speak on the situation which is happening in Holland. First of all, I'm going to go to the question that someone already asked on Geert Wilders and the Party of Freedom, which is the now actually, I think now since the last elections, the third biggest party in the government, and it's a far-right party, which has lots of socialist elements. That's how they drive politics. But for example, they fight for housing and healthcare, those kind of things. But what they do, so it's mostly spread it in that they are doing. But yeah, so they are the biggest party right now, and no, not the biggest. First of all, is the Labour Party, which has also a right, almost leaning onto extreme right elements in the party. But they are the Labour Party, which is in power actually now for 10 years. With Mark Rutte, who is the Prime Minister of Holland, and if we see like the discourse that they are taking since the Labour Party get in power, also the Labour Party had because the far right was really getting uprising, and they are getting stronger, and also the Labour Party had supplemented lots of racist dialogues and narratives, also in the action plans and in the plans that they are trying to do, for example, for migrants. But yeah, the left has getting very, very weak in Holland also. We have in parliament now 17 parties, so that's 10 and 7. Different kinds of parties. It never happened in Holland, but since the last elections, more parties, more people are standing up and starting their own party. For example, the Farmers Party. We have never had a Farmers Party in Holland, but now there is a Farmers Party. So, and that's very interesting because you see that because of the also movement which are part of ours, and we all are. As an activist, human rights activist, is getting stronger in Holland, especially after the debates on anti-black racism debates on Zwarte Piet. That is like a racist character in Holland, which is dates back from the slavery period, end of slavery, and anti-racist activists are really fighting on that to get rid of the character, but it has now it has a how do you call it, a more ideology character, this fight, because it has become a global symbol of the struggle of anti-racism in Holland. And with anti-racism, we also define, for example, women's rights, but also the rights against sexism, the rights against Islamophobia, the rights against anti-Semitism, and also the rights for refugees and migrants. So we bundled it all in we call it the strijd tegen racisme en discriminatie. But that's like a symbol of all the isms included. So what we started to do also is we built a strategy on that, and it actually worked, because that's why I'm watching it. So because we call it like the intersectional fight, that we find each other where the problems are, and but since the Black Lives Matter movement, because globally but also over here, of course, especially during the pandemic, the debates were very strong on anti-racism. It happened also in Holland, and we had like demonstrations going on for a month by civil society and by just civilians who are actually fighting against racism. And we took that up as a movement to also lobby on that to the government. So we started making a lobby, and we asked the government for a national coordinator on anti-racism. So he's coordinating. So and the government said, okay, that's good. So the government said, we can have the national coordinator. So and also and it is on the Minister of Internal Affairs, and he works directly with the minister, and he works with civil society, and so he collects all the data and all the things that is going on in Holland, and then he starts working on that. But he just now worked for 1 year, and actually, we still have to see the results, but civil society is really pushing on that. And also, we are the most important thing that we found out also is that we have to create lots of awareness, you know, and also on these different kinds of subjects, but we have to let the groups stand in front of their own struggle. So that's how we say, on their own fight. So they are, for example, a Jewish person is in front of a Jewish organization and then talks on anti-Semitism. And that's also with anti-Black racism and also with the fight against Islamophobia. And the most important thing, and what I noticed not is that we gained also in the public debate, how do you say, a region. So, for example, in the public debate and also the media is very, very powerful. Also over here in France, in Germany, in every country, and it's also the same as in Holland. But we created our own medium, and we created our own radio shows, podcasts, and newspapers, and everything. In some countries, that's very hard to do. And because the far-right is so strong over here, and the extreme right is so strong over here, also on social media, and we have that also in Holland, but the other parts are individually, and they are also gaining more discussions. So, and you see that that's actually very good for the democracy that we are living. Because you have the one side and the other side, but both sides are speaking up and telling things. And then, for example, that's my view as a student over here in France, for example, which I come here for a long time with this. And yeah, the people they I have lots of critique on French democracy, and because for me, yeah, they don't give space to different voices of it, and which is a shame because we cannot build a strong country on that. That's my belief and my interpretation. For example, what I say, like liberté, égalité, and fraternité, in France is an illusion. It doesn't exist, in my opinion, over here. But as we are in Holland, but I am a Dutch woman, we do have those debates. You know, we can debate on, like for example, the debate on wearing a hijab, you know, in Holland, and over here it's not done. You can, it's no woman can talk over that, but we are still debating on that, and we are still talking and discussion different kinds of view, and that makes a strong democracy. But on the other hand, it divides also a lot of groups. So you see, like, for example, the 17 parties now in parliament, because people are speaking up and they are discussing their own topics, and they are getting also more space to discuss those topics. For example, the farmers, you know. And what we do is also connecting every groups on it. But we see also that the other side, for example, the far right, are doing actually the same. So they are mobilizing, and they are also getting stronger in the public discourse, and also especially also with Corona, they were getting really strong in Holland. You know, so, and that's yeah. But that is like from the one, other one, and the other one. So we have to have balance on everything. So probably we have to have balance also in the far right and the left. We see how that works out. But this is a little bit the story in Holland.
Merci beaucoup, Saïda, et merci beaucoup pour la fidélité de ta présence à notre université et de ton implication sous l'impulsion de Sabrina qui coordonne ces personnes, personnalités, associations, institutions des différents pays d'Europe et qui créent des liens durables avec nous et avec lesquels on a envie encore de renforcer ces liens. Et hier, Sabrina était avec nous avec un projet pour fonder l'ONG Unis pour l'égalité afin de consacrer ces liens et que ces liens qui se sont installés deviennent pérennes et qu'on puisse continuer de s'enrichir des points de vue et des expériences et des luttes menées par Saïda aux Pays-Bas, par Nicolas en Italie, par Eric à Munich et maintenant Anna en Serbie et qui était là des années. Bonjour à qui Mélodie pour la prochaine table ronde. On n'est pas encore parti manger, t'inquiète pas. C'est la fin de la table ronde du matin, on va aller manger. On a pris un peu de retard. Et donc, la dernière intervention pour clôturer ce type de